Right, so this job here, we've got a leaking ton dish, potentially TPRV or whatever. So we'll get in there and have a look. So I've just popped out and got a new one from City Plumbing. So I'm just going to go upstairs and fit this now. We'll start with isolating the water. Open up the hole. Slow down. So I'm just going to use the PRV because then it will drain the cylinder down to the level I want to work at. So I've just undone the top connection just to allow it to flow through a bit quicker. So it's still draining down slowly. Sometimes with these TPRVs, what you can do, if you're not sure, is you have to look on the end and it will tell you what it is. So that's 90 degrees, but it's a 7 bar. Expansion vessel's fine. So yeah, or sometimes you have to go off the data badge on the actual cylinder, depending on what one it is. Luckily this one is just a straightforward City Plumbing job. Right, so I've just undone both of these. It just allows me to be able to get the pressure relief valve out. Just very minimal bit of water. Turn the water on. Pray for no leaks. Oh, that was close. Nearly forgot. Round 2. So the tap will be letting air out as well. I would not want that in my loft. Right, so you can see it's the first time I'm coming to this one. Brand new boiler. Okay, let's look into what that is. Right, there's a condense pump on there, so I'm going to be suspecting something along the condense line. But let's have a look. Reset it. See what happens. Okay, so it's lighting going out, lighting going out. Off the bottom of the elbow here. Just see. No, it's not backing up. Cool. So get the boiler opened up. My mistake, I had it on the minus because I was doing fan pressure earlier. So you've got 22 there. So what I need to do now is go upstairs and reintroduce, or get the boiler on, and then check this and see what's going on here. Right, so let's see what happens now. Just messed around with the meter. Just wait for it to try and light. Okay, so gas pressure's good. So I'm going to assume it seems to be staying stable, especially when it tries to light as well. So I might even just try and take out the electrodes and we'll go from there really. Right, so we've got a good spark. Cool, so why is it not igniting then? So the gas valve is dropping when I give it a demand. It's delivering the gas in. So yeah, got a good spark. Cool, so I've cleaned up the detection electrode and we know we've got a good spark, so I will go through a process of elimination again, so see how we get on. Right, so what I've taken this manifold out to check the sump and all that sort of stuff. This is a new boiler, so I'm going to take this back out again. I'm going to get up here and have a look at the bearing plate. Right, bearing plate seems fine. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to reset the boiler, put my meter back on here, and see if it's the fan. Right, so it's showing 0.88, which is absolutely fine. So what I'm next going to do is have to take this burner off. Right, cool. So I've just got it to work like that. So I'm definitely sure I'm saying wrong. Under here where the burner's got. Right, so I have been all over this boiler. So obviously took out the top, that was all okay. I've now got to put the screws back in here. But what I did notice was that I think this condense trap had actually created a vacuum. And it was, even though there was no problem with it, yeah, literally as soon as I took the trap out, it was fine, even though I'd already taken off the elbow. Very strange, very, very strange, but we're there. So I'm just doing some readings before I go, and yeah, that was a very, very strange one. So I've literally stripped the boiler apart, and the only thing I came across was that the condense trap had created like a vacuum, so I think that was probably the issue. It was literally just that. So do some readings before I go, and the condense trap is now it has gone into the pump. The pump hasn't gone yet, but obviously it's going to need a bit of water in there for it to pump out anyway, but it seems to be running absolutely fine. Right, so I've got a job here. Hot water is taking forever to get to the taps. It's a very large house. As you can see here, we've got a T into the cylinder and goes up through the yellow pump or through the bronze pump, and then that will circulate through. So just going to do my basic checks, and so no power there. So you can see you've got power on the central heating pump. Nothing going there, so I'm just going to follow that cable. Okay, so it goes under there, which I'm going to assume goes to there. So now got power. Obviously, yes, it doesn't look in the best of conditions. There's been leaks in the past, but now we've got power. Didn't have that before. I can feel it circulating.